Steve Nash, thanks very much for joining with Tangerine and the Bright Way Forward. Just wanted to maybe take a minute with you and ask you a couple of questions about your view on money.
I'd love to, yeah.
From the perspective of coming in as a rookie to now being a veteran player, lessons that you've learned in terms of how you like to spend your own time and money.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely have a different perspective. You know, you're inevitably influenced by your family, and my mom is notoriously cheap. So when I came into the league, you know, I think I had the fear that I was going to lose every penny I ever had, that she had, you know, beaten into me. So I think I was very cautious to start, and I think you become more independent as your life goes on. But the principle that she gave me, I think that is so valuable for everybody, is to have a budget. You know, it's so simple, but if you map out what you're making, what you can afford to spend, and therefore the lifestyle that, you know, applies to your income, then you can plan your financial strategy from there, and it's pretty simple. You know, I think it's a very fundamental philosophy and pretty boring, but it's also pretty safe and wise.
Very Canadian too. I think now you have in the last several years been one of the older guys in the locker room there. Do you ever have occasion, or do the younger guys ever seek out your advice? Not so much for the on-court coaching, but the off the court money advice, or just how they'll handle themselves?
At times, you know, I think a lot of times indirectly a topic will come up, and you know, you might get drawn into a conversation where you could share some of your experiences. So, you know, I think for young guys, again, budget, like have a budget from day one, and be very strict and careful with your budget. And two, you know, I try to tell a lot of young guys to be very, very careful with, you know, outside investments, you know.
Last question then, in terms of youth, but maybe anybody, what's your advice on how one should chase down and pursue their dreams?
There's no way around hard work, you know, and typically the way to really roll your sleeves up and work hard is to have a tremendous passion for what you do. And, you know, if you really love what you do, or you set out to do something that you have a tremendous amount of energy for, you have a chance to do it for a long time. You know, I think it kind of equates to parents often wanting their kids to have the best chance in sports. And I think that a lot of parents think, well, if I sign them up for this and then this, and I have them with a skills coach and a strength coach and in hockey, a figure skating coach and a speed coach. You know, I think the biggest mistake is that you can't program it for your kids. They have to love it and want to do it. And if you can foster that love, they'll do it for, you know, all the hours and then some. But if you don't foster that love, they're always kind of going there with a little bit of, well, I could be doing something else, or I'm not really into this, and I think that's when the passion wanes, that's when the energy and discipline wane, and you know, you're never going to really reach your goal. So whether, you know, you're an adult starting a business, or you have goals to get into a new endeavor, I think it's the same. You have to find a passion for something that you truly love, and set goals for yourself, and put all that energy you can in a positive direction, and don't leave anything to chance.
Great. Thanks very much.
You're welcome. Okay.